Hi guys, Happy Consumer was a little bit sad yesterday because of the fact that you'd see on your screen, because of how powerless Real Madrid was against Arsenal. Well, I can say that Arteta did his job perfectly. He made a wonderful uh, squad available for the game against Real Madrid, and the performance was also great. I would say that for the first, let's say, 30 minutes, teams were like trying to consider which of them should lead forward. Arsenal was also trying to understand what Real Madrid in this game is capable for, so they were playing a little bit safe and considering to continue with their attacks later in the game. And then in the second half of the first half, they actually made a very great performance. They started to put some pressure on Real Madrid players, and they very much were close to succeeding. But all the interesting events actually happened in the second half, as you can see. Well, what can I say? The first thing that came to my mind after I slept with this thought was what was the actual plan of Carlo Ancelotti for this game. So let's go back to the squad and see whom he put in. So we see that Courtois was the obvious choice because Lunin was injured, not because Lunin is the second goalkeeper and Courtois is the first one, of course. No, that's not the main reason why Courtois played. And regarding the middle defenders, Rudiger, Asensio, obvious choices, no questions there. Also, just to be clear, 6 players could not participate for both teams, for Arsenal and also for Real Madrid. Saka returned from his injury. Spoiler, he turned back to being injured during this game. It's not a very good news for Arteta, but that did not really affect this specific game. Because of the yellow cards, Sterling could not participate, same goes for Tchouaméni, and 5 players off for both of the teams. Then what do we have here? They have Valverde on the right because Lucas Vázquez, why? He is not that good as any other player on the right defender position, and in important games this season Valverde takes this place. And we see Alaba here, and I have a question, why not from Garcia from the start? You just want to give Alaba the credit of trust? I don't know. That's not the best game to do it, but still I cannot say that Alaba actually played a very bad game. He did what he could. He also helped Courtois a couple of times, made one of the saves, blocking the shot from Merino, I guess. That doesn't really matter. So basically Alaba fault just before Rice made his first free kick, so it was Alaba who made that free kick possible. So yeah, I cannot blame him for that, because that's not the main problem for Real Madrid in this game. And the main problem, which I think is relevant for this, is all the players, they looked so tired. They were exhausted because they have played a couple of games recently. Just let's see which games they played, like couple during this short period. So as you can see, there was a game with Leganes that Real barely won. After that there was a super long and extremely exhausting game versus Real Sociedad. And right after that there was Valencia, and players simply were tired. Just Camavinga, Mbappé, Vinicius, Bellingham, Rodrigo, they played in all those games. And this can be very exhausting. Doesn't matter how old are you. If you're 20, 21, 25 or something, even if you're 30, it's still exhausting to play in this short period of time, and that really affected the performance of Real Madrid players. So I think there is nothing unusual here that in the second half Real Madrid players simply forgot to come on pitch, and Arsenal did everything they wanted. So I think the primary goal for Ancelotti, okay, let's continue. Modric and Camavinga in the center, okay, Bellingham to the left, Rodrigo to the right, and Vinicius and Mbappe like to forward. I can say that this was pretty much the holding strategy for Real to not concede too many goals. I think Ancelotti was playing safe, playing to concede 0-1 goals, probably have some counter attacks, and probably score 1 or 2 goals. I think 1 at most. That was the plan for Real Madrid. But you can go with such a plan if you have such great defenders as Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, and Liverpool squad. That's what they played against PSG. Arsenal is not PSG. They just have Saka and Marina, who is trying to play as forward because Arteta told him to. That's the only reason. So I think there is a phenomena for Arsenal of this season because it has rebuilt itself and reinvented themselves during this season. They had to play without forwards, they did it. They were successful with it. Just remember and ask PSV Eindhoven players and fans. They know what I'm talking about. And Arsenal was actually pretty good in this. Just look at their recent games. After that one with PSV, they have played draw with Manchester United. Yeah, we remember that wonderful game. Then draw with PSV Eindhoven with some players from the second squad, like Dinchenko. Also, they won over Chelsea, over Fulham, played draw with Everton. Yeah, lost points, happens to every team. And then this game versus Real Madrid. So basically, it was just another game for Arsenal, and Arteta made a wonderful preparation for this purpose. So what can I say? Mbappe was very good versus Valencia, but unfortunately for him he couldn't score, and unfortunately for Madrid as well. Vinicius was under the pressure of not realized penalty kick, even though he scored to Valencia, but after that missed penalty. And just remember how old Real Madrid players substitutions and active players, how they were shocked after Valencia scored their second goal. They were all just destroyed mentally, and that all affected the way this team came to this game. But let's look at who was on the subs in Real Madrid. So I will not talk about those guys who did not play for Real any minute, or probably a couple of minutes. That doesn't make any sense because put them in squad against Arsenal, that's a suicide mission. I will talk about Brahim Diaz, Endrick, Fran Garcia, Arda Güler, Lucas Vázquez. Well, basically 5 players that could have played in this game, and for some reason only 3 of them did. No Endrick and Arda Güler. Why? That's a very good question. That all depends on the plan for the game. Let's just look at the timeline of the game. So Declan Rice scores his first goal. Camavinga gets booked. Rice scores his second goal. So after the first goal there was no reaction from Ancelotti because that was kind of part of the plan. He was planning to probably take Modric out, but I don't know, Lucas Vázquez, that's a very strange decision. if we think about Real Madrid that wanted to score an equalizer, in this case where you are 2 goals down, it's not an equalizer, just 1 goal to make your chances better for the second game. And what happens? Modric changes Lucas Vázquez. From this point, Valverde changes Modric and Lucas Vázquez takes his place. So that's how Ancelotti decided to get more in the middle, just putting Lucas Vázquez on the right defense position, just to let Valverde go to the middle. That can be logical, but to be honest, Lucas Vázquez is not strong this season, so I think it's very doubtful decision when you can just change someone in the middle and with the middle player, because why not, for example, put in Arda Güler at this point and let Valverde play over there, so that's also another option. As for Alaba here, I think Fran Garcia should have played from the start, but that's not my decision, so okay, again. Vinicius was super tired. He tried to do something, but he just had no ball. He had no real opportunities in this game. So I think if we change him and put Brahim Diaz, or let's say if you want to play in defense, you can also get Güler over there. Yeah, I don't see the reason to put Endrick in here at the moment. But just to give a rest to Vini, yeah, Endrick could have played from the start and Vini could have some rest and come in the second half. That was one of the viable options, but not for Ancelotti. Okay. So we have here injury of the Saka and exchange, and then Marino scores the 3rd goal. And what happens next? Instead of trying to get some more attacking players, what does Ancelotti do? He just changes Alaba for Fran Garcia. I mean, you just change one dependent player for another. Really? That's how you want to do what? If you see that Alaba is tired and you don't want to concede more goals, that's a good way to do it. But you're losing 3 goals and you want to not get 4th and 5th one. Probably Ancelotti knew that his team was super tired and just could not score anymore. That's why he did this change. So he just changed the defender, but to be honest, to change the defender when you're down 3 goals, that's a really strange strategy. And he could also refresh the middle. He could took off Bellingham or Vinicius or even Camavinga. Or Camavinga could have taken this Alaba's position and out of there could have been Güler here or Brahim Diaz at this point. I don't know, not many options, but they are, and all of them seems like better than what have actually happened. And after that, after the Rice was also changed, we finally see Brahim Diaz, one of the attacking players, like 5 minutes before the final whistle. I mean, come on, is this really the way you want to win the game? He changed Rodrigo, yeah, of course. Rodrigo was spotted like 2 times during this game when he made 2 rebounds, so yeah, that's okay, but most of the players, they have actually failed in this game because they were tired. Vinicius was not seen anywhere. He was trying to do something but could not go through that wall of defenders from Arsenal. Bellingham couldn't do anything. Modric was also tired, like 70 minutes, it's a big amount of time. Rodrigo not in his main position, Valverde not in his main position. Mbappe tried his best, but one person is not a warrior against the well-balanced team like Arsenal was in this game. So yeah, I still think match management from Ancelotti in this game was terrible. Maybe if you want to not concede more goals, yeah, that's an option. Courtois also made a couple wonderful saves, but if you want to play like king, you cannot play like that. This is super unnatural for Real Madrid. And if I think about the next game, the second game of those two teams, I don't think that Real Madrid has actually some chances to show better result. I mean, let's be honest. In the second half, Real Madrid players, they just couldn't create anything good in particular. Just let's see on the stats. So in the first half, okay, there were 2 shots on target. Possession was for Arsenal, and expected goals is 0.737. And in the second leg, it's just 1 shot on target. I mean, guys, that's super low for a team of that caliber as Real Madrid. So basically, I don't think that there is a room for improvement before the second game, because Real Madrid, it was like a team that could have conceded a couple of goals when they're playing away, but when they're playing on Santiago Bernabeu, that's a completely different team. But those guys are tired and they don't have much time to rest. There's a game versus Alaves on the weekend, and if Ancelotti will not put Andrew Goulart, Fran Garcia on squad, and probably also some guys from the second team from Castilla. I mean, you see those Andreas, Garcia, Lorenzo, Ramon, even Vallejo. Why did they purchase him if he's not playing? I mean, that's super ridiculous, to be honest. And in the end of the game, when Camavinga got his second yellow, that was a childish behavior. That's all I can say about it. He was disappointed with the game, with himself. He was booked anyway, so he wouldn't be playing in the next game. But do this, just throw the ball away to what? I don't know. That's super childish, and that's not a good thing to do for a player of his caliber. So bottom line, I think the one more thing that I wanted to say. Just think about the game as is. Let's say Rice did not take those 2 incredible free kicks and didn't score those 2 goals. Marino probably would have scored anyway. So this would be like just 1 goal down for Real Madrid before the second game. That would have been a great result, but it would not represent the nature of things that we have seen on the pitch yesterday. Because Arsenal actually deserved all 3 goals and even more. They could have scored more if not for Courtois. That would have been a disaster for Real Madrid. It is now, but it could have been even worse. So the plan for the game was very simple, just not to concede many goals and try to get some internal resources from players and play a wonderful game at Santiago Bernabeu and advance to the next round. But I don't think that's an option anymore. And if we talk about the possible outcomes for Real Madrid for this season, they do not look very promising, because as you all know, they need to play in the cup final versus Barcelona. Yeah, that's 1 game, and they can mobilize internally and do some magic on the field somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. and play versus Barcelona and probably even win one of the trophies this season. But that's their biggest expectations, because in La Liga they again have to play versus Barcelona soon, and Barcelona is in a very good shape now, and Barcelona uses more of their bench forces, so to speak. They have more players that are available from the bench, and this strategy of Real Madrid, like from season to season, when you don't have two squads that are equivalent to each other, that actually pays off this season. Yeah, they were good previous season, but they have had some more players that are not with the team anymore, and they did not buy any players to exchange them. No one replaced Kroos. No one replaced Joselu. And you know, without Carvajal, this team looks like it has super troubled defense. And what can I say? The result that we see now, closer to the end of the season, it's pretty much predictable and as it meant to happen. That's all I can say about this. Okay, so moving on. Just a few words about Bayern Munich and Inter. I have watched this game like on the second screen and didn't pay much attention to it, but still Lautaro made a wonderful goal. Bayern had a couple of moments, Kane hit the post, hit over the bar, so there were a couple of great opportunities for Bayern. And what I can say in general, the class of the players of Inter, they just it's just better than the same for the Bayern Munich. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Inter just has better players. Müller scored an equalizer, but it was a good one. And Fratesi, as you know, once a year, even the stick shots, Fratesi scored his first goal in Champions League. Yeah, he scored a couple goals more earlier, but he was not playing like full games. He's not the main player, and he's just a player that comes from sub and sometimes does the job, and he did it this time. Yeah, he got yellow for pulling off both of his t-shirts. Anyway, yeah, and also Zalewski went on field, got booked. Yeah, wonderful. That's a great game. But anyway, Inter won, and I think that's pretty much also predictable, and they should definitely be moving to the next round. Urbik actually did a good job as a goalkeeper. He didn't have much of the moments, but still made a couple of wonderful saves. So yeah, I still think that Inter is a favorite in this game. And yeah, probably that's all the things that I wanted to say about these two games. So now, quickly with fantasy and with the points. So Declan Rice is obviously the player in this game. 18 points, 2 goals from free kicks outside of the box, 2 goals in general. By the way, those are his first 2 goals in the career from the free kick. He did not score before, but I think he just trained that skill, and it finally paid off for him. And in the Bayern Munich and Inter Milano, okay, Bastoni is the player of the game. How do they decide this? I don't know. 5 recoveries and 6 points, player of the game. Well, okay then. Sommer got 4 points for 6 saves. It was 5 saves, by the way. They just gave him 1 more save after the final whistle. And yeah, that's what we have here. And my decisions are super easy here. I have Lautaro Martinez as the captain, and of course 10 points. That's okay considering all the other things I have here. So Bisek just came to play last 11 minutes. So I will just make some subs in here. So Bisek out, Jersey in, Olise out, Lewandowski in, and Rudiger out, Jules Koundé in. I will not replace Raya, obviously, 7 points are just fine for me, so yes, I confirm those transfers. I have lots of players who will play today, so now I have just 29 points, 10 from Lautaro, 9 from Saliba, 7 from Raya, and 3 from Acerbi. Yeah, Acerbi played all 90 minutes. And that's pretty much all for fantasy here. Not much to talk about. Predictions. Let's make some predictions regarding Barcelona, Dortmund, and also Paris Saint-Germain, Aston Villa. I think this may be also interesting for you guys. So, Barcelona Dortmund. I think this will be a great battle. I expect some score about like 4-2. That's my prediction, because this game will be very much opened. Barcelona don't have Casado, Olmo, obviously Bernau and Ter Stegen. And as for the Dortmund, Schlotterbeck was added to Sabitzer, Mané, and Campbell is Agile. And Gross will miss this game for the yellow card. I see there's our predicted lineups over here. I think pretty much good prediction for defense in Dortmund. Chukwuemeka may play, but not 100%. But this may be really accurate, to be honest. As for the Barcelona, Chesney, yes. Valde, Martinez, questionable, not sure if he will play. Kubarsi, Koundé, yes. Pedri, De Jong, Rafinha, definitely. Yamal, Fermin, Lewandowski, not sure about Fermin, but Lewandowski also may play like from sub, because let's check the previous game of Barcelona. If you check the squad over here, so we can see that Gavi was playing, Torres was playing. Yeah, basically they played rotation with versus Betis. It did not pay off as they wanted, but still they 1 point further away from Real Madrid, so still I think that did pretty much okay. So yeah, I think Barcelona will win, but that will not be a super big victory, because Dortmund is pretty much good recently. They have defeated Mainz, they have defeated Freiburg, so yeah, I think this will be a pretty much nice game. Yeah, and for the second one, PSG Aston Villa. PSG is an absolute like favorite in this game. Marquinhos will not play. I don't think that will be very much issue for them. But Aston Villa is also in a pretty much good shape, and I think we will see. Let's look at the prediction squads here. McGinn will not be playing here. Rashford, Rodgers, Watkins, yes. I think we will also see like one of the incredible players who have recently played for Real Madrid for many years. He will take McGinn's place. As for other positions, I think it's good. As for PSG, Donnarumma, yes. Mendes, Pacho, Beraldo, Hakimi, yes. Beraldo will place Marquinhos. Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, yes. Desiree Doué, Kvaratskhelia and Dembele. I don't think it will be this way. I think that we will see Barcola. Yeah, Barcola will play. Here, Doué, I think, will not play in the start. As for others, probably Neves also is questionable for me. Other than that, I think prediction is pretty much okay. So again, I think PSG will win, but it will be something like 3-2. That's my prediction for this game. I think Aston Villa will not be playing as Liverpool did versus PSG on Parc des Princes, because they don't have such a great defense, and also Aston Villa concedes more than Liverpool. But yeah, they have Martinez and they can count on defending, but I think PSG will definitely score at least once. So yeah, that's my prediction for this game, and that's what I think will happen. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think will happen today with this game, and also how do you think, is there any tiny little chance for Real Madrid to actually make it up to the next round and to be destroyed by probably Paris Saint-Germain? I don't know, maybe just to lose from Arsenal now is a little bit more preferable for Real Madrid. I also have heard that they have signed Javi Alonso. Well, this could be also an option for Real Madrid, but I don't think this will actually change a lot, because the point is not about the coach anymore, it's about the players that Real Madrid have. And you cannot juggle with them like that, Chouameni play defender, Camavinga play defender. I don't know, in this picture they could also put Mbappe as a defender, because he also has big salary, so yeah, he can play as a middle defender. And also Rodrigo is a good right defender. Yeah, right, not left defender, because why not? So I think it's just ridiculous choices from Ancelotti made this so possible. And if you have that many players from Castilla, let's just look at how Raul Asensio started to play this season. He was not playing here like in the previous season. This is just his first actual season as a player of the main team, and look at his results. I mean, the guy is just probably next Sergio Ramos if he has more training and more skills. So this could be a really great opportunity for Real Madrid to have a super middle defender. And if you add Trent Alexander-Arnold here, that could be a wonderful team. But to be honest, there are probably more of the potential from Castilla, and not Asensio is not the only option there. They should just search for more talents and actually let them play, not just train but play. Because can you imagine if a guy like Asensio, who didn't play before, just got his chance in let's say Primera versus Valencia, he would kill for the t-shirt to play, to have this opportunity. And what we have instead, they have just one guy who made it to the main team, and others just don't have any chance. I think that's bad. I think that's not what should have happened. I think Ancelotti must do, or probably not Ancelotti anymore. Anyway, the coach of Real Madrid should do a better job in putting in players from Castilla into the main team. I mean, at least try, because guys, you cannot purchase anything, I mean everything, and this story may come to an end faster than it should have. Anyway, thank you for staying with me. Looking forward to get your comments. Stay safe and stay happy.